All right. Getting ready to go to school. Just woke up not too long ago. Getting ready to get some breakfast on the way. I was not planning on spending money on breakfast this morning, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So if you saw any of my videos last night from about the Winnipeg St. Louis game, aka the Jets versus the Blues, then you will know. I'm about to switch to some headphones here. Well, if you actually watch hockey at all, you already know if you followed it or not. But yeah, basically, I stayed up super late last night because there was a Game 7 on, and the Game 7 went to double overtime. So hopefully this picks up fine. But yeah, the Game 7 went to double overtime last night, miraculously. And you'd see this in my most recent video besides this one. Well, the Blues were up all game 2-0. And then the Jets scored in the third. And it was like, oh my gosh, now we're only down by 1. We can do this. I think it was in the second, actually, they scored. I can't remember when they scored. And then right before the end of the period, I think it was... When was it? Was it the third or the second? I can't remember. The Blues scored again, going up 3-1. And I just need to make this video for my own mental health, because if I don't if I don't narrate what happened, if I don't explain what happened in this game, I'll just lose all sanity for the day. The day will be out the window. Not really, but of course. So, yeah, Winnipeg goes down 3-1. They come back in 2-1, and then St. Louis goes right back up before the end of the period. I think that happened in the second. I'm pretty sure that was in the second. And come to find out later, they had just all been telling each other, don't worry about it, just chill. Remember what happened last night against the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado led the whole game, and Dallas came back last minutes and tied it, and then took the lead and won. So the third period starts winding down, scores 3-1. Third period, for you hockey noobs, is the last period of the game, aka the game is ending. The game will be over. The score will be final if goals are not scored. And the Winnipeg Jets, who are in Winnipeg, will be going home. Their season will be over. Their amazing regular season that they had this year, best in franchise history, with the best goalie in the world backing them up, Connor Hellebuck, would have been for nothing. It would be over if the score remained the same. It's 3-1 Blues. Blues, on the other hand, are like, hey, you know, we earned this, but nobody expected us to be here at all. We proved everyone wrong. We showed everyone that we ain't nothing to mess with at all. And so, anyway, so yeah, the Blues deserved it. They deserved the win. I wanted the Blues to win, actually. Not to wish ill will on the Jets, because they were at home, and it would just be sad if they lost. It would be sad. It would be sad, but you would have been equally happy for the Blues if they won, basically. Anyway, third period starts winding down, and finally the Winnipeg Jets start putting pressure on, and they pull Connor Hellebuck at like 3 minutes. And I can't remember what happened first, whether they scored or something. Well, anyway, they pulled him, but then they had to put him back in, and then they pulled him again. But anyway, the Jets scored at like 6 minutes or 3 minutes. 3 minutes, I think. Something like that. Yeah, I think it was like they had like 3 minutes left. It was like 3 minutes in the game left. And the Jets score 3-2 Blues. Jets down by 1, right? I mean, it's bad if you're down by 1 in the end of the game, because it's like you're going to put your entire freaking kitchen sink. You're going to take your neighbor's kitchen sink. You're going to take your family, your ex-cousin everybody's kitchen sink and throw it into this game. That's what if you're a good team, that's what you're going to do in order to score that goal. And it will probably happen, but it also may very well not even happen at all. And the puck may just get shot right in your face into your own empty net by the opposing team. So it can go a lot of ways. But to be down by 2 in the last few minutes of gameplay is insane. So the Jets overcome that 2-goal deficit by cutting it in half. They score with 3 minutes left. Perfect play. I want to say this was that power play goal. Just an insane goal. It wasn't like a one-timer from the right side. I guess it's the right side. If you have a regular goalie, it would be his glove side of the ice. They do a shot pass, and what's his name? Perfetti, I think it was Perfetti. Deflects the puck. Homeboy better slow down. That's a solid stop sign, buddy. Deflects the puck, and Binnington, the St. Louis goalie, is perfectly in position. You could say perfectly in position. They were kind of like giving him some flack for going down on the ice before the shot came, but that's just kind of like a goaltender habit that happens. I mean, that's how you play. You play the odds, you play the angles, blah blah blah. You seal the bottom of the net, and that left a little bit of net above his head and shoulder exposed. Binnington's holding the post, and he goes down. The shot comes, hits Perfetti's stick, deflects perfectly, the most perfect angle you could ever expect. This was the most perfectly executed play of all time. It was like the puck comes in, hits his stick, deflects up and to the side, Binnington doesn't even move. The puck goes over his shoulder and under the bar and in. Perfectly placed shot. That was the 3-2 goal. So Winnipeg scores on that play, but they're still down by 1. Winnipeg, the crowd in Winnipeg is going crazy. They're re-energized. The momentum is starting to come back to Winnipeg, and they're just going nuts. Well, they're still down by a goal, and if they don't score another goal, it's all for nothing. Their season's over. So they're pouring it on, trying to attack everything, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm talking. You can see it in my other game, in my other video. This is the reason why Winnipeg's going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game because they waited to play like this until the dying minutes of the game to play like this. This is the way they should have been playing the entire game. And St. Louis has made them pay all game long. So here they are finally starting to play, but there's only a minute left, and they're like down by a goal still. I'm watching them. The puck gets cleared. It's iced. It's brought back. We got 50 seconds. We got 47 seconds. And then the final frame comes in, and the puck is winding. The timer's winding down. And I'm telling you, it's the most pandemonium you've ever experienced. The crowd is restless. The crowd is on their feet. They're all anxious. They're all like, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" And then all of a sudden, the Jets freaking score. And to tie the game, to stay alive. And they score with a second left, like 1.7, 1.8, 1.6 seconds left on the clock. Like the most unbelievable, are you kidding me play of all time. And this does happen. If you watch hockey, this does definitely happen. But to see this happen in the dying minutes of a Game 7 is absolutely incredibly mind-blowing. And to do it on home ice, you've just won every ounce of momentum you could possibly have on your side. All that momentum is now yours because you just did this on home ice. Your fans are going crazy, as they should. You've tied the game. Game's going to go overtime now. Series is not over. The series is anyone's. The game is anyone's. The series is anyone's. The series is anyone's. So Winnipeg scores with like 1.8 seconds left. Just absolutely insane, heroically late time goal. Insane, miraculous game time goal. Miraculous comeback. When all hope was gone, they still found a way to come back and tie the game and stay alive. And they did just that. Changed the whole complexion of the game, changes the outcome of the game, changes everything because of that. Now, A second's gone on the clock. End of the third period. Regulation is over. Regulation is over. Game's not over, but regulation's over. Now we're going to go to overtime. So they have a little intermission, and then they go to overtime. And it's back and forth. It's anybody's game. And there's chance after chance. And Winnipeg gets a power play, actually. They fail to convert on the power play. But it's going back and forth. Anybody's game. We play a full period of overtime. And nobody's scored. Nobody's scoring. And now we're going to double overtime, right? And it's crazy. The bodies are flying, the puck is flying, and the bodies are bashing still. And it's anybody's game. And you're looking at it going, okay, looks like the Jets are starting to come away with this momentum now. Seems like they've worn the Blues down. It seems like the Blues are getting tired. The Jets, have the momentum. But there's chances at both ends. But the one thing I noticed towards the end of this game was the chances for the Blues. The Blues started. I think they were tired. They were tired. But I think they started getting tired, and they started struggling to make the right play at the right moment. In other words, they were trying too hard and doing it the wrong way, not capitalizing, not making the right decisions in the moment. And so the puck comes back to Winnipeg, and Winnipeg is coming up to the St. Louis zone, and Winnipeg has possession, and they're going D to D, shot, goes down low, pass up to D, D to D, shot, goes down low. They do this, and I want to say it was on the third sequence without leaving the zone. Puck comes up high again, and they go over to the right side defense and shoot it. And it deflects off someone's stick and goes in. Goes past Binnington. Binnington didn't look the best on that goal either. And now when I say the best, let me explain what I mean when I say he didn't look the best. He didn't look the best as in his best is so freaking good that even when he doesn't look his best, he's still better than most goalies. He just could have been in a little bit better of positioning. But there's a lot of traffic in front of the net. He could not see around. He leaned to look around. And just at the wrong time, he went the wrong way at the wrong time. If he was just a little bit more patient and held in there, he may have made a save. But still, this puck was, I think this puck was going in, pretty much no matter what. And it did. So the Winnipeg Jets scored in double overtime and eliminated the St. Louis Blues. I still can't even comprehend it. I still haven't processed it yet, But yeah, that's what happened. It's crazy. I'm sad for the Blues, but when you take a step back and look at everything, you're like, yeah, well, the Winnipeg Jets were supposed to win that series anyway. Yeah, they were supposed to win that series, but you know how close they were to not winning that series? Do you know how cooked they were? They were cooked. They were totally cooked. The Winnipeg Jets were totally cooked. They go down 2-0 in Game 7 at home in the first period and can't score the entire game until the dying minutes, basically. They scored one in the second, I guess, or whenever they scored the one goal. But the Winnipeg Jets do advance, and they're like, well, this is what we're supposed to do. Yes, this is what we're supposed to do, and they didn't have any quit in them. They didn't give up. Yes, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they should have done. Yes, and they did do that. And they did come away with the win. But here's the thing. This game could have gone either way. It could have gone, and you can say that, surface level sports fans can say that about any game, but it really could have gone either way. We're talking about overtime in Game 7 and then double overtime. So this puck could have gone either way. It would have been sad, like I said, it would have been sad if the puck went in the Winnipeg net and Winnipeg lost in front of their fans at home. It would have been a major disappointment after coming back so miraculously strong. But after coming back so miraculously strong, the fact that they won, it gives them so much juice. It gives them so much energy. It energizes their fans so much. The city of Winnipeg is, I think, I'm going to say this right now as a hockey fan. I'm going to say this, and you can You can tell me that I should have said this a long time ago, and this has been true for a long time, or whatever. But I'm going to be honest and just say it based off the way that I see it here. The Winnipeg Jets have arrived. They have arrived, and they're for real. And regardless of what happens in this next round, they are still. Well, actually, they still have a lot to prove. Honestly, they have a lot to prove. They've made it to the conference finals before. They made it to the conference finals in 2018, I believe. Yeah, it's the Golden Knights. That was the other Caps won the cup, of course. Woohoo, go Caps, my boys. But they've got a lot to prove because after all, after this miraculous win and comeback and everything, at the end of the day, it's still only a first-round win, which, in the grand scheme of things, is not enough. It's not enough for the Winnipeg Jets. They don't want a first-round win. They want the Stanley Cup. So depending on how close they get to that is going to determine, how happy their fans are, obviously, but how satisfied the organization is. They do not want a first-round loss, and let me tell you, they are praying and thanking. They are thanking God and their heavenly Father, and they're thanking their lucky stars. They're thanking everything that they can thank that they did not lose that game last night, because that would have been a lot of trouble for the Jets. I mean, they would have overcome it, but it would have sucked. It would have sucked for sure. Yeah, of course it would have sucked, but after having a best season in the league and coming off the momentum of Connor Hellebuck's once again Vezina and arguably MVP season, that would have been a major disappointment, to say the absolute bare minimum least, if they lost that game and lost and got eliminated. So we're looking at the Stars, Dallas Stars, and Winnipeg Jets coming up, and Jets have home ice against the Stars. Jets have home ice against anyone they play in the league for the rest of the game, for the rest of the playoffs, including the Capitals if we get that far, and if they get that far and we face each other in the final. It's very possible. It could happen. I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think the Jets are going to make it, but the Jets have home ice all the way through the playoffs. So they're going to have to beat the Stars, and then they're going to have to beat either the Oilers or the Golden Knights to get to the final. So they still have a long road. But, yeah, what a crazy game. What an absolutely crazy game that was last night. So, if you're a Jets fan, I'm very happy for you. I hope you just enjoy it, enjoy the win, and stay tuned, because the Stars definitely aren't. The Stars aren't a joke. The Stars aren't a throwaway team, as you know. I don't think you would even say that, but they're not. And the whole thing in a nutshell is, you better show up ready to play. And here's the mess. Here's my real message to all Winnipeg fans and to the Winnipeg Jets and the organization. If the St. Louis Blues did not teach you what you need to know, you're going to lose. If you don't learn your lesson, if you haven't learned your lesson against the St. Louis Blues, then you're going out in this round. You're going to be eliminated in this round. You have to learn from this. You just had the bottom of the barrel team. Nothing against the St. Louis Blues, but they barely eked into the playoffs. I mean, they're the lowest seeded team, and they're a great team who made it to the playoffs. They deserve to be in the playoffs. But you're the highest ranking team, they're the lowest ranking team, and they ragdolled you. They made you look like a joke. They made you question yourself. They made you question your goalie. They had your goalie going, what is life? Am I even good anymore? After he's getting ready to win a Vezina. They dissected your team this postseason. They absolutely dissected your team. And if you're not willing, if you don't learn from this, if you don't learn from the St. Louis Blues, you will be eliminated in this next round. I guarantee it. So learn from the Blues. You can't take anything for granted. You can't underestimate your opponent. You have to play hard. You can't give up. But let me also say this. This whole thing about like remaining calm no matter what and we'll find a way to win. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think you guys need to freaking start playing, and so you don't have to get into this situation where you have to worry about this. Because the good teams don't let themselves get in those situations. Now, every team gets in that situation one way or another from time to time, yes, and the good teams get themselves out. But you can't just sit around and wait for yourself to get eliminated in Game 7. You can't just wait until the last 1.8 seconds to come back and tie the game. Like, that's not the way you play Stanley Cup playoff hockey. You have got to have the lead. You've got to hold the lead. You've got to maintain the lead. You've got to shut teams down, and you've got to win these games. You can't just, sit back and say, well, we're just going to remain calm and we'll pull it out. Be confident, have faith in yourself, but you got to freaking shut these teams down, period. That's what it all boils down to. So, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great day. It's raining here in Maryland, and go Caps, baby. We're playing Game 1 on Tuesday night. Tomorrow night, I gotta get my ESPN subscription going because I really want to watch these games. Tomorrow's my birthday, and Caps Game 1 on my birthday. Historically, hasn't gone very well for me on my birthday. Caps have usually lost that game. But, we're Caps. We're here to win. We ain't here to play. We're here to win. So, and we're playing at home. So, let's freaking go Caps. Rock the red. Unleash the fury. Let's go. Thanks for watching, you guys.